Wait, was that one of the questions on the card thing? I'm
What?
talking to you, Yan City. Who was the woman who sang to the president? Was that one? All right, I thought that was one of the questions. Anyway, yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Christmas Eve on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm also joined by my regular co-hosts, Yan City and AV8. First and foremost, big bro, AV8, what are you telling me? You good?
Yeah, all prepped for Christmas, everybody. Hopefully, we might see something nice arrive, which is supposed to be the white stuff in it. Apparently, I've been told when the sky is pink, there's going to be snow. I'm just saying, innit? I mean, just putting it out there, innit?
All right, so just to clarify, when he says white stuff, people, he's talking about snow in it, not no. You get me?
I
Illegal
thought
drugs.
it was
Yeah.
You're talking next level stuff,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I thought illegal drugs, and Yan City was thinking other stuff in it. She was thinking baby making, but anyway, Yan City. Yeah, you want to see that laugh? Hear that laugh? Yes, you was in it. Hear that laugh? Hear that laugh? You know what I'm saying? That tells you all you need to know when she does that laugh, innit? What are you telling me though? Are you good?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool, innit? You get me? Oh, don't blow us away with all that energy in the intro and that. You know what I'm saying? But as well, yeah, people, everybody who's locked in right now, please make sure you hit the like button on the video, share it across all your socials, and subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure when you subscribe as well, you hit the notification bell, because then you get notified when we go live. So I did say you're going to get a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Christmas Eve, which is obviously today. You're going to get one tomorrow on Christmas Day. You'll get one on Boxing Day. And then Sunday, which is the regular slot. So you're going to get 4 in a row in it. So you lot are very lucky. But we appreciate everybody who's supporting and that. But yeah, we will get to any questions you have. That's how the sports Q&A works. So any questions, it don't have to be football related. It can be though, obviously football present, football past, any sport, boxing, tennis, cricket, whatever sport. Shout out Mohammed. He says, yo people, what you telling me? Yeah, man's blessed, man. What you saying? You good? And RB says, yes, guys. Salute to RB, usual.
Big up.
Jamal here says, thoughts about Poch.
Straight in there with Jamal, 13, you know.
All right, so AV8, we'll start with you then. What are your thoughts on Poch going to PSG first and foremost? Do you think it'll be successful, etc.? And secondly, how do you think it impacts Oli and Manchester United currently?
He's an ex PSG player, isn't he? Pochettino.
Yes.
Right, I'll just double checking. First of all, yeah, I was surprised someone just came in when I was training today and just said, is it Tunchel has been sacked? I mean,
Yeah,
I was like,
go on. I think it's Tuchel or Tunchel. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I'm not sure. Someone correct me. And I was like, when? Do you know what I mean? That was some quick thing, yeah. So I was like, what's going on? And then I heard that they were like, you know, targeting Poch as number one. As you know, he's available, innit? What do you want me to say? He's available. They see him as a top manager. They know that Man United want him, but they're probably thinking at the end of the day, I'm not that United do want him. I've got back into that in a little bit, and they're saying, well, we've got Mbappe, we've got Neymar, come and win some trophies here. You haven't got any trophies. Pretty, you know, I'm not going to say it's an easy league, but you know what I mean, innit? It's pretty much written that they're going to win the league and win some cups. Why wouldn't you go there? I would go there if I was him. And then there's talk of him taking Dele Alli over there on, I don't know if it's a permanent, maybe on loan. So I think it's a good move. And in regards to Manchester United, Ollie's winning. Yeah, Ollie's winning. He's in a title race. Do you know what I mean? He's in the semi-final of a cup, and they're gonna have to wait. If they don't like, even if he wins or he doesn't, even if he wins a trophy or doesn't win a trophy, you've got Tuchel there now available, because here they were looking at him. If he's at, if Pochettino's at, you know, PSG, he's the next man that you probably look at. He was successful at Dortmund, but I'm sure Dortmund have sat their manager. So is he going to go back to Dortmund? That's the question. So if I've answered your question, that is my answer.
No, you have answered it. You know what I'm saying? So just like, yeah, of interest. So same to you, Yan City, but more so obviously you'd mentioned on here, I think it was the last Q&A or one of them, about Poch potentially going to Manchester City. So again, same questions to you in terms of how do you see him doing at PSG first and foremost, and secondly, would you, if he's successful there, would you like to see him at Manchester City still? Do you feel your club have missed out is what I'm asking?
No, because I love Pep there. It's just if Pep left.
Yeah.
If Pep left, then obviously we'd have to look at someone else. I think it's a good move for him because I think the only thing that people can hold against him really is that he hasn't won anything, and he is guaranteed something at PSG. If he stays there 3 years, they're not going to go 3 years without the league, even if he didn't win it in his first or second year. Like, he will still win it. And then from his point of view, hopefully, that leads to bigger trophies. I know PSG are similar to City in that they've struggled in the Champions League. He could potentially be that guy to win it for them. Who knows? But they're worse than us. They actually go out earlier than we do in most years. So we'll see. Obviously, last season they got to a final. They're going to want to improve on that, which would be to win it. So I think there will be, similarly to Pep in the Prem, I think there'll be a little bit of pressure on him to kind of win the Champions League just because they haven't done that yet. But apart from that, he'll still be able to win trophies even if he doesn't. And then he'll probably, if he doesn't win the Champions League, he'll probably move on. And then by then, who knows? Pep might have left City. We might take him on, who knows? But I think it's a good move for him. It's the right move for him right now. Because if he goes to Man United, he's under a lot of pressure to win, but he's not got the team that he's going to have at PSG. That's like ready-made. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, are you talking in terms of him going into PSG and recruiting players, or are you talking?
No, I just mean like the team that are there already. Like they've been there, done that, won the league. You know, so whereas Man United, the team that you've got now is good, and under the right manager, you could compete for it. But them players haven't won it. Whereas at PSG, they've been there, done that. So I think that's more. I don't know. I think he'll stay there 3-4 years, and then he'll probably move on. But I think he needs to get a trophy in the bag for himself. Do you know what I mean? Because even Arteta's got a trophy, so he needs to get.
I like that one. Slick, yo. You know what I mean?
Serious, even Arteta's got a trophy. We're going to get onto Arsenal. Don't worry about that. That is definitely going to be a tough. We discussed that on here before.
Me?
No, just in general, I'm saying like Arsenal standard, like the whole relegation battle, like we need to legitimately have that conversation without bants. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Yante, why are you rolling your eyes when I say that?
They ain't getting relegated.
Say that again?
They ain't getting relegated.
Nah, this is what I'm saying. No, we need to legit have the conversation because they are currently in a relegation battle. Am I lying?
Yeah. You
don't think they're in a relegation battle?
In terms of points wise, they are in a relegation.
This is my whole point. Like, this is what,
are they on 17 points?
Nah, they ain't got that many. They ain't got that many. They ain't got 17.
I'm sure they've got 17. I'm sure they've got 17 points.
It's like 14 games played. They got like 15
points. Somebody in the chat, I'm sure they've got like.
We're going to discuss this. This is the conversation we need to have. We're going to get there, though, and it's early for the Arsenal slander. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get to it.
With the Poch as well. With the Poch, Jan just touched on it then. Poch has been to a final and lost the final. And PSG have been to a final and lost the final. But I do agree with what Jan's saying. I think he's in that, when he goes to PSG, he's in that predicament of bringing them the Champions League. So how long has he got is the main question, because the same as Tunchel, whatever his name is, he went to a final and he didn't do anything.
Oh, they got 14 points from 14 games.
I told you, man.
OKW1, yes, man. Big up OKW1.
I told you they ain't got that many points. I knew it wasn't 17. I've been trolling him so long. I've been keeping a close eye on that. I knew it wasn't 17 and that. They wish they had 17. They wish they had 17 points. See what I'm saying?
Leeds have got 17.
Yeah.
Who's got 17?
Leeds.
I seen 17 somewhere. I knew it was somewhere around the bottom, man. Do you know what I mean? And that's not even a dig, yo. I'm just saying it.
They're only one place above them, Leeds, anyway.
Right, I hear that. But yeah, I think in terms of Pochettino, that's his main priority. He's got to bring him the Champions League. He's going to be in the same predicament as Pep, but he's already got the players there. It'd be interesting to see who he brings in, because he's going to have to change the team like, say for instance, they've got Idris Gay, they've got the
I forgot that Idris Gay is there actually. Yeah, sorry, this comment maybe left, but go on. Yeah, we're going to get there. Sorry, one sec, AVA. Yeah, Junior Swag King, we're going to get there. I know we're only 10 minutes in. The Arsenal slander is never late. That train is never late. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get there. Just don't worry about it, yeah? Go on, AVA. Continue.
Yeah, they've got the varieties, but it's a kind of a team. Everybody knows what that team is. They already know what that team's going to be like. So I want to know if he brings in a Dele Alli, who's going to come out, what he can bring out of a Dele Alli. If he bring, I'm only using them example, innit? Brings that and then see what happens, because I know Moise Keane's there. What if he goes, right, I don't want Moise Keane, I want Lukaku. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because does that make sense? So it's going to be interesting to see. Now he's actually got the money there and the players around him. I don't know if Mbappe is going to stay there, because it might not be an Mbappe who's going to win them the Champions League. It might not be a Neymar. It might be like, I'm only using him as an example, like I said, a Lukaku can just bang in them goals. Dele Alli's going to do his thing, let's say, for instance, and maybe a winger of some elk. I don't know. Name me a winger that you think's quality. You might even take, let's just say, Mahrez, and think, yo, I'm going to do the business here. And then what happens if they win the Champions League?
Wait. Hold up. You can't just be blocking people out here because you disagree with them. One sec. You can't be blocking people because you disagree with them and that.
Yo, went very quiet and bit of fingernails and everything.
Yo,
then
Conrad, I apologize on that. Yo, you can't be, you get me? You can't be blocking people because you disagree with them. You know what I'm saying? I see many comments. Yo, block Conrad.
No.
Conrad.
Every time, innit? I told him, I warned him.
It don't matter, man. It is, you get me? He is better than the Ginger Mark Albrighton.
He's not better.
He said Bruno Fernandes is better than the Ginger Mark Albrighton, innit? You know what I'm saying? That plays.
KDB. I've just seen KDB and it just went like that, man.
Take your red tinted glasses on and take your glasses from Specsavers, put them on, and then answer that. Because
we'll answer that in a bit.
We get to that in it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to the Ginger Mark Albrighton slander before the Arsenal segment. It's all right, man. We got time today, and it's Christmas Eve. We got time today, people. We gonna get there.
Good. But yeah, as I was saying, it's gonna be interesting what kind of players he brings in. He's got he don't play with wingers, does he? Poch, that from what I know.
Here's the thing. We're going to find out for the first time. I've said this about him going to PSG. He's going to be backed financially. So we're going to find out exactly what he wants, because he's going to be able to get exactly what he wants in terms of a system. I mean, not in terms of a system, in terms of players coming in. He's not like at Spurs where they're not spending much money. It's not like at Southampton where you can't get the creme de la creme. You're now at PSG, who are financially able to get you the top players that you want. You're working with Mbappe and Neymar. You get what I'm saying? Di Maria's players of this standard. So we're going to find out what exactly he wants to play. I can't remember at Spurs, like, if he didn't really play with out and out wingers, but he had inside forward, so to speak, didn't he?
We've touched on this before. I just need reminding. Somebody remind me. Did he buy Son?
Yes.
Was it him who bought Son? So he's got the eye on it. Do you know what I mean? But he might even, this is what I'm trying to say, he might just go, listen, I'm going to change a few things. Do you know what I mean? And then, do you know what I'm saying? Try and bring him that elusive Champions League. OKW1, big up AVA, big up Wallace, big up Jan. Like and subscribe, people.
Yeah, Jan disappeared. I think you're not really upset, Jan. Or maybe I did. It is what it is, isn't it? But you say she's at work. She'll be all right. Yeah, she'll be okay.
That's how they roll, innit? You know, on the job and on the job, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it, on the job. But yeah, with Poch as well, if he wins a Champions League there, like that solidifies him. Like I said this, I was disappointed about the fact that he's looking like he's going PSG, because I believe he's good enough for Manchester United right now. But if he goes to PSG and he's successful there, that strengthens his case to get the Manchester United job. We could get a Poch who's won a Champions League coming in. I do believe if he stays at PSG for the next 4 to 5 years, he will win a Champions League there. But we're gonna all the questions we have about him are going to be answered there. Like whether you're poaching or Poch out, for instance, whether you think he's good enough or not, we're going to find out. Because for the first time at PSG, you're at a club that's expected to win trophies. Obviously, yeah, French Cup, French leagues, you'll win them. Not a problem whatsoever. But how do you do in the Champions League? Can you elevate them? I said this on the stream I did with Saeed. I said, go on, fam.
He's got the opportunity now. He's up against Barcelona, right? The PSG playing Barcelona. Am I wrong?
They're playing Barcelona. Yes, you're right. Yeah,
right. So he's got that opportunity now. Yeah. That's why they put. I mean, sacking the manager on Christmas Eve. I'm not trying to be flipping.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a bit. It's a bit. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? He could have one day, man, like you do the job. But obviously they've targeted him and they think that he's good enough. They think, let me see what he's got here. And obviously he's come with he will go with a blueprint of what he's going to be playing if he does decide to take the job. And then we'll see. Is he going to be like, listen, I want Harry Kane, or is he going to be like, you know what I'm saying? I want Harry Kane down the middle. I want a boom striker down the middle.
I think them lot with a centre forward is dangerous in it. Like if you put like a Giroud, all right, big up Jan City, came back with the hair and that. All right, okay. Yeah, the hair, all right, let's go. This is how we fuck with, innit? Every time you leave and come back, that's how you should come back. You know what I'm saying? Even a better version of you. But as we were saying, one thing I think Poch. I'm being serious.
Why are you serious? I'm not getting
somebody needs to hire you as a comedian, man. You've always got jokes, Jed. I swear. Just and keeps the screen glowing, man, with pure teeth, grinning.
Yeah. She's not impressed. She's not happy.
Just a good compliment, man. I'm not dissing you, yeah. I'm not saying you're always smiling, innit?
I'm fine with you.
Well, so is it me? Yeah, is that what it is? What did I do? You know what I'm saying? What did I do? I'm fine with you. All right, fam. But as I was saying about Poch, sorry, that's what tickled me in it. Poch, yo, stop.
You're always laughing at me.
See, you can't hold back, man. You get me? He's in work and look at it. Somebody give her a job.
Oh, Jesus, yo, woo. Sorry, I crack up at my own jokes in it. I'm sorry, innit? I forgot what the point I was even trying to make in that. But boom.
Talking about if PSG have a striker down the middle.
Oh, yeah, that was it. So, yeah, if you put a set of proper, like a Giroud, for instance, that style of striker next to a Neymar and Mbappe, they could be potent. But one thing I think Poch needs to do at PSG as well is what Simeone did at Atletico Madrid, and like elevate them in terms of Europe and make them regulars in the last stages. Even though Simeone hasn't won the Champions League with Atletico Madrid, they've been in 2 finals. They're regulars in the semi-finals and the quarterfinals, etc. So similar to what he did at Southampton and Spurs in terms of
PSG. Yo, flawless. She was like,
am I in?
now he looks high. Now he looks high, yo. This is bouncing, yo. Yo, get them cards out, man. I'm loving this so far, Yo, do you get me, man? Check the face, yo. Wait. Yo, someone give me some moisturizer. Look.
It's just natural for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying. But this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's a good debate because I look at it and I think, like Jan said, innit? You've got Pep expected to win the Champions League now. Yeah, let's just forget the league. Obviously, I understand that they want to win it, but that's what he wants. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Pochettino. It's the same thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? And I'd even put Klopp in there because Klopp now needs to win the league because he's never won the league and won then the Champions League, if that makes sense. He's got to try and do the double now, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's just added pressure. Do you get me? So I don't know. I just think that Pochettino is there's definitely going to be something that's changed with that PSG side, and I was just interested to know who's going to bring in Jan. That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, because I think with him, like with PSG, because I think before last season they'd not even got to a quarterfinals. Like they were literally, I think they got knocked out at the last 16 or every time. I know their record was worse than ours. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure they kind of jumped past the semis and went straight to the final. Like in terms of before that season, they never got to a semi. They never got to a semi before. They ended up
missed the start of this.
PSG.
Okay,
before last season, they hadn't even got to. Yeah, I think it's a semi. They hadn't got to a semi-final before, so they kind of gone from. They just skipped that completely and went to the final. So I think they need to do a little bit better. Obviously, City need to do a lot better as well. But they're like us; they have the players to win it, but it's just getting there. But I think it's a mentality thing. When you've not won it before, as a club, okay, you might have the odd player that's won it before, but I think they need to get over that mentality aspect of it where they think, okay, we can win it. Because I know up to like last season, I think was the first time that Pep said City can win the Champions League. Before that, he was saying we're not ready. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to win it. We're not ready.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
We will. I think we will at some point, but I just think it'll come when we least expect it. I think a season like this where you're like, City can win it, I don't think we'll win it like that. I think it'll be a season where you think you got no chance, and then we'll probably win it. That's just the way it goes. But I'd like to say we can win it this year, get it over and done with. And then,
I mean, I'm not. Like I said, I think like when I look at Liverpool and when they've won the Champions League, they've never been champions. Yeah. They've always been not. They've been it there and thereabouts. Maybe sometimes challenging for the league. It's a different story with City. Do you know what I mean? That's not what it is. They've been top of the tree, and obviously United have already done that. They've been top of the perch and won it. Do you know what I mean? Just like I said, for me, with everything that's changing, and when I look at there's now another world class manager available. Yeah. This is where I'm going to bring Arsenal into it. Do you know what I mean? Are they going to go and get Tuchel? Because to me, I'm not saying get rid of Arteta, but would that job be appealing for a manager like him who's got ambition and
Yeah.
Nah, it wouldn't be. I don't think so.
Why? Why though?
Because there's nothing there to me. There's nothing there to entice you. What's there to entice? If they had like a great playing squad, I'd understand. If they were spending lots of money, I would understand. I don't think Arsenal are dining that table anymore. I don't think they can attract the up and coming top managers or attract a seasoned manager. So, for instance, an Allegri, I don't see an Allegri going to an Arsenal. For what reason?
Well, money in it. Not money for players.
You're talking about wage? You mean wage packet? Maybe.
I'm just saying potentially, because that's the point. Is that not what the task to do? Jan touched on it before. Even if Pochettino wins with United or whatever, United, PSG, and he comes to United, the job of United, the mass pressure of itself doesn't mean he's going to win. Do you understand what I mean? So that's why I touch on. If let's say Tuchel gets the job, his job is to motivate them players and get them playing and getting them. I'd expect him hypothetically to be racing up the league because the players are there. You got to say they've got the players there to do it. Like he should be able to work with, because when he was at Dortmund, he's working with the players that he's got. He didn't buy loads of players. He didn't have loads of money. Do you know what I mean? So that kind of manager would be suited to Arsenal, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he will go there, but Allegri's not got a job, and he's not got a job now. Do you know what I mean? But you get the gist of what I'm saying.
He might do, because Arsenal are still a massive club. Like
London as well. Sorry.
Yeah, and they're based in London. I think the pressure is actually a little bit better now, because right now they're not doing very well. So anyone that comes in, they finish top 4. That's an achievement based on where they were when they came in. Say someone comes in now where they're relegation battle, and then they go and get them top 4. That's a massive achievement. I'm not saying they would, but if they did that, that's almost, how they used to say like top 4 is a trophy. That's how they would see it, because they have, at this point, there's no real chance.
Or top 4 and a Europa League or whatever.
Yeah,
that'd be massive for him. He'd be gassed. Do you know what I mean?
Who's this? Are you talking about? Yeah.
If I can never say his name. I don't even Tuchel.
Just call me. Yeah, I know. As long as you say, I know who you're talking about. Like, trust me, I don't know how to say his name right either. So we'll just run with whatever. But yeah, it's calm. Don't worry about it.
So if he got, like Jan was saying, if he got a 4th in the league and took over Arsenal and got a Europa League, as much as it may be classed as a Mickey Mouse Cup, that's successful.
Oh, you know that's massive. That's hugely successful to go from battling relegation to winning Europa League. That is scenes. I'm saying I'm for. That's scenes. That's a glow up. That's a big glow up.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas, like, if we're saying if he went to Man United, that's not going to be good enough, because even Ollie's got that. So, but at Arsenal, I feel like it's a job that you could probably take, as a manager that's not too sure about the Prem. it'd be a good job to kind of come in and do. If I was a manager, the Arsenal job doesn't look too bad. The only problem with Arsenal is there seems to be a lot of issues behind the scenes. I don't think it's all Arteta. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's more than Arteta.
So I think whoever sacking Arteta won't necessarily make a massive difference. I think the whole team kind of need a bit of like, I don't even know. Whatever the issue is, kind of needs to be sorted out. Obviously, you just board like United as well. So
yeah, because we've got a dodgy board. You just touched on it, Jan. Do you know what I mean? We've got a dodgy board. Do you know what I mean? And if he was to come in and win the Europa League, Tuchel, and then finish second, let's just say that. Do you know what I mean? Would that, as United fans, would that be good enough? Because Jose won the Europa League and finished whatever it was, wherever he finished second. Do you get me? And then that weren't good enough. So I'm just trying to figure out what I'm just trying to figure out what Guan is, you know what I mean? So I'm just it's just a question, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's no doubt the man's a top manager, isn't it? There's no doubt he's a top manager. So I'm just picking on that at this point as the managers who are available. And Allegri might want to wait for United job. Now he might want to wait for United job because it's all, even if you took, I mean, I didn't want to swing it towards United, but if we were all clutching at store that, ooh, maybe Ole might come out. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Tunchel's available now. He's all right. He's a bit, now Pouch is there. He's all right. Or do United stick with an Ole and go, actually, you know what? We're going to wait until, and actually, you know, we'll buy out Pochettino, even if he's won the league and he didn't win the Champions League. That's the question I want to know from fans. Anyway, does that make sense? What makes that manager so appealing? Tuchel, Pochettino, Allegri, because he's won things with Juve and he's not at any team. No one's rushing to go and get him. Do you know what I mean? What we're working with? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just a question, isn't it?
I get what you're saying. Like I say, Allegri makes sense because of what he's won. Poch makes sense because of the potential when you look at him. Tuchel's one of them. He's got to go somewhere now and rebuild. Like Tuchel's, I'm not saying he's finished, but if he went somewhere and was successful, i.e. Arsenal, and then was successful, then it puts him back into like that realm at the top. Because what we can't forget is he was linked with Manchester United for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a part of that. Like his name, it was him, Poch, Nagelsmann, Ten Hag, Allegri. They're the five who were always mentioned in terms of replacing Ole. So he can get back in that bracket. I wouldn't say he's failed at PSG. That's a bit strong, but he has to go to an Arsenal and rebuild or something like that. Definitely, without question. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, that's where I look and I think, well, even if that was why I put it, if he went to an Arsenal, why would he leave though if he won anything like Jan's just kind of put? Why would he go? That's his baby. He's gonna say, "Yo, you man, didn't what about me then? Why didn't you come and get me?" There's always a double edge. So this is why I always have the debate about. Someone said to me the other day that Klopp's better than Pep, and I said, how so? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm a United fan, so I said, how so? He's like, oh well, look what he's done with the team, and he's won them a league. I said, yeah, but Pep's won the double, and won loads more trophies than them. I know he's won the Champions League, but like I said, the Champions League isn't really the Champions League, is it? It's not the champions playing in the Champions League. Man are getting big boy rests. Do you know what I mean? And people are actually competing for the league. At the time when Liverpool weren't really competing for the league, we finished above them, didn't we? I think when they won it. You know what I mean?
I can't.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think they finished second, I think. Was it second? Yeah. They finished second in the league and then they went and won the Champions League. But they were good they were really good that season.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, innit?
I get the point.
With every manager, there should always be that question. I just feel that when it comes to United, do you know what I mean? When it comes down to United, I don't think it's about the money and what they've got to spend. It's just about that whole legacy of the pressure of having that job. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like what they're saying about Pep, we spent 500 million on defenders. And I'm like, right? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is though, for me though? Like it's one of them things because people have been saying for years, like when we've been winning, say, for that season where we won 4 competitions, right? Yeah. And everyone was saying is because you got the squad. So like Liverpool fans were saying, we couldn't battle for all four because we didn't have the squad. You can say that, but then don't argue that Pep spent 500 million. Because if he didn't spend 500 million on the defence, we wouldn't have the squads to go and win all four. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have depth in our squad. You know, obviously now our spine's gone, we're struggling a little bit, which anyone would if you lose your spine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're struggling a little bit in terms of that, but we still have a squad that's good enough to fight in all competitions. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, I'm not bothered about money. I couldn't care less. There's money in football. A player's worth what the opposition want. You know, if we say, for example, Phil Foden, Man United want him, and we say he's worth 300 million, if you want him, you have to pay 300 million. It doesn't matter that we didn't pay anything for him. If you want him, he's 300 mil. Say he comes to you and he flops, you spent 300 million on a player that did nothing for your club. Do you know what I mean? So
we've done that plenty of times, yeah.
But that's
we've done that plenty of times. I get what you're saying.
So it's like, so people will say like, oh, City have spent 60 million on such and such. And sometimes it's coming from, like, Liverpool fans did it a lot with Raheem Sterling. Oh, you spent 50 million on Raheem. Who set that price? It was Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? If Liverpool said he's 15 million, we would have bought him for 15 mil. So I think a lot of the time, price tags, it happens with Man United, happens with City, PSG, these sorts of clubs, when they want a player, that price tag is always going to be higher than if he wants to go to another club. Do you know what I mean? If Wolves go for a player and City go for a player, we're not getting him for what Wolves would probably get him for.
Yeah, you're going to get the Manchester City tax.
Yeah.
You're going to get the City tax. Same way United get the United tax.
I couldn't care less about money, personally. I don't think everyone spends money. Most managers spend money. You know, most of the really successful managers spend money. So it's not something people, yes, you get people like Poch who came in, didn't spend a lot of money and, you know, had good results for Tottenham. You do get managers like that. But I think at the same time, it's just, you know what, at the same time, you get managers that come in and yes, they spend money, but they improve the players that they've already got. That's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just they've added to their squad as well, which Poch would have done if he could have done. Do you know what I mean? If they gave him money, he would have done it. So
is it that's what I'm saying about Poch, Tuchel, Pep, whatever manager you want, who are going to move to a not so available big club. Arsenal's a big club. Facts. Don't care what anybody tries to tell him. It's a big club. So is it based on credentials or is it based on who's the club feels fit when they're coming with the, you know, whatever it is, you know, when they're interviewing? And that's my what I'm hearing, and I actually had to sit down and listen to it. I was thinking, right, so Ole, for example, got the job because he knows the United DNA. Let's just say that. But Pep got the job based on he was the best manager at the time. Do you know what I mean? And he had the foresight to bring the people in from Barcelona to doesn't matter if he spends the money. That's what he's done. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I just like to just find out based on, is it done on credentials now? Yeah. Right? Things are changing now because managers talk about stats. And when I played, or when I've ever watched football, it weren't about stats, it's about the performance on the pitch. Yeah. So I'm trying to find out what is it that teams are looking for. That's what I've started to try and to have a look at. Yes, Saeed, respect.
Welcome inside to the show, people. Mr. United Central himself. What are you telling me, man? You good?
I'm good, man. How's everyone, man? Everyone good? Merry Christmas, everyone. You get me?
Yeah, man. Big up
to you guys.
And we're discussing the hot topic of the moment. Obviously, me and you discussed it on your channel, the whole thing. And Paul, obviously, just briefly touch on it. What do you see him doing at PSG, and how do you think it affects United and Ole?
Well, it affects Ole because he's got the job now, hasn't he? You know what I mean? For the good, exactly, man. You know what I mean?
Saeed's face gave me joy.
Yeah, man. For the good or the bad, you know what I mean? The question remains to be seen, but for PSG, I think it's tailor made for him. He knows the club inside out. You know what I mean? I think he's a legend over there. He knows Paris. You know, the lifestyle will suit him. And I just feel like, you know, what a better moment. I think he started his career at Tottenham with Soldado and a couple of other Tottenham players. Now he's starting with Neymar and Mbappe. So, you know, it can only be a positive, man. I don't see him failing over there. I feel like he's got everything. He's tactically astute. I think the only one thing that people will have over him is kind of win a trophy. And I feel like people will put that burden already. I bet you if he loses the Coupe de France, you know what I mean, people are on him straight away and be like, oh, he's a failure already. So, yeah, I think he'll do well over there. And I wish him success. For Ollie, you know, we're on the Vibes FC now. We're just going to have to wave this, you know, wave Ollie. If he does well, me and Flawless said it, we'll put our hands up and we'll say, you know what, he's done well. But until then the questions remain to be seen. You know what I mean? Is he good enough?
Saeed, would you not take, I was just saying before, would you not take is it Tunchel? Is that how you pronounce it?
We know what you're talking about. It's calm. Let it run. Yeah. It's cool.
Who's that? Tuchel, you mean?
Tuchel, that's it.
I
don't understand. You know
I call him Tuchel, innit? I call him Tuchel.
Tuchel, yeah. Would you not take him now that if Poch gets the job, would he not be a manager if Ole isn't successful? I'm not trying to wish no success on the man. I want him to win.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but is he a man that you would have a look at because he's done what he did with Dortmund and look, he went to PSG and then he's won the league pretty much all the time, but he's failed in the Champions League. What Pep hasn't done at City, won the Champions League, and that's the pressure that Poch has now got if he takes the job. Is he not a man that you would take at United? And that's why I said about is it credentials or what you've won when it comes down to a manager in terms of your club that if you want a manager in. Yeah, I
think that's a good question. I think I always look at a manager and I base it on will he win the club trophies, and I've always based that on every manager. That's why I wanted a Mourinho. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did like Van Gaal, but when it came across Mourinho was coming to the football club, I think everyone took it. You know what I mean? Everyone was like, you know what, we've got a winner now. So I feel like I always look at it, I've based it on can he win his trophies, and I've not seen that for a year that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done that. And a lot of people will say, you know what, Tuchel is done, you know what I mean, all right at PSG, you know what I mean, everyone calls it a farmers league, but I've seen some bits of him and I think, you know what, tactically he's up there with some of the best managers in the world. That kind of breed of managers that are out there, he is up there. The problem is he's got a flag on him now, a red flag, and that red flag is he's not done it at PSG, you know what I mean. And I feel like I don't know what the fan base will think of that. For me personally, I would give him a chance if he did end up coming to Man United, but it wouldn't be my first choice. I'd be looking at, you know what? Sorry, just tells me.
Yeah.
You know what it is, yeah? Something tells me Nagelsmann, but somebody just tells me go to Allegri. I don't know what it is, man. He's a serial winner.
So a Nagelsmann, I don't know what a Nagelsmann's won. And I know Allegri's won. I've said this before. Is it he's won with Juventus? Yeah. What makes him any different from Tuchel? I'm sure Tuchel's won the league with Dortmund, or he's done bits with Dortmund. What makes them two guys? What gives you that instinct to go with them? And Tuchel's just not won the Champions League. That's all he's not done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I you know what? And I'll give you that. I just feel like with Tuchel, that red flag, man. You know what I mean? I just don't know if he can bounce from that. If he can bounce from that, then fair enough. But apparently, you know, there's a outlet called The Build, and they've said that, you know, Man United are looking at Tuchel, and Tuchel is looking at Man United. So it's one of them, you see, for me. I want him, but then I don't want him. Is it me or is Flawless just frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen. Yeah. He's frozen.
I was going to say, where's he looking at?
He's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mad, bro.
Looks like a model.
It's thinking what can Santa give him for Christmas and that, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I think Tuchel, if he came, I would back him, but would he be my preferred option? Probably not. I'm looking at more Nagelsmann, Allegri. You know what I mean? I just want United to win trophies, mate. That's all I want, man. And I feel like, you know, Pochettino was that kind of player, that manager. I thought, you know what? He's done well in the Premier League, and Tottenham have never been a winning club. So they never really had any right to win trophies. So yeah.
You know what I think it is though? I think like certain clubs have preferences for different managers. So you might think like, oh, I like Poch, but your club might think, oh no, I don't. Do you know what I mean? Like with Pep, like City wanted Pep for a long time, and it took us a while to get him, and that's why the minute he became available, Pellegrini got kicked out basically, and it's because they were waiting for a long time to get him. So apparently there was rumours that they were looking at Poch. But the thing is with City is they have like a long-term plan. Like I think our club, someone asked before, whose club is the best run? Obviously, you have to say teams like Liverpool in terms of what they get for their outgoings. Obviously, bringing Klopp in. Recently, I'd argue they're up there. But I think overall, over the last 10 years or whatever, I think City has been well run. Obviously, they've had a few managers that have come in that weren't quite good enough, I think. Like Mark Hughes, obviously, when he came in, we didn't have any money. So he came in at a different time. I don't think he was good enough. So he went. You know, we have Mancini. Mancini came in. He brought success to the club that we hadn't had before. So he was the start of it. And then, obviously, we had Pellegrini, who never really... He did get to a Champions League semi-final, but he didn't really up the level. So when we got Pep, we wanted to see better football, better players coming in. And I think he's done what he was supposed to do. Obviously, now the push is for the Champions League, which is what Poch will have at PSG. Just because they've got to a final now, the next step will be to win it. So he will be under that pressure.
Yeah. Can I just say, you know, when you sacked Pellegrini, did you win the title that season?
No. We lost. We won
the
league in his first season. We won the double. Well, a double, not the double.
Oh, the Leicester won it the following season.
Yeah, and then he didn't win it he won it. He won it his first year. Then he didn't win it the next year. And then I think he won it the next year.
Then he got sacked, didn't he?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He only won it once. He won it in his first season.
Okay.
The second season, we didn't win it. And then the season that he got sacked was the season where we blew the FA Cup final to Wigan. It was that year where we were terrible.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Oh,
great.
But again, like Said just touched on, even though Pellegrini was there and he won, the club obviously didn't feel that manager was suitable for whatever. I don't know what it is. Not just the fans. You get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Am I making? It was the club going. Nah. I want this guy. So so Pep's already built. They built whether Pep's had an influence or they've gone. No, we're getting the guys to get in. So it's surely any other club, Arsenal, United. Chelsea don't need to do it because they do it already. Surely that's the way to go. Where people keep talking about directors of football, but then I think so. United, you wanted Poch, so why didn't you go and buy him in the first place? Why did you just give Ole the job? Do you know what I mean?
You know why?
That don't make no sense. That don't make sense.
Exactly, you're spot on there. It don't make sense, but the reason why they did that is because we have people who are not good enough at their job. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when you're not good enough at your job, you're gonna make incorrect decisions. Yo, big up everyone who's watching. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We will get to the comments. Don't worry, we ain't going anywhere. Obviously, Saeed's got to jump off soon because he's got another show on his channel because he stays working the same way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna fly through the comments and we will get to your comments, people. But of course, if you want your comment to be at the top,
it's a new layout, by the way. I've not seen this layout.
This is the layout. Yeah, this is just the Q&A. What do you mean in terms of the background?
Like, the comments are coming up different. Like I'm not.
Yeah. They've changed it. This StreamYard, it's all the money they've been getting from everyone and that. They put up new fonts and that. So man changed it, innit? It was like, I logged in before and he was like, yeah, you can use this. We got different brands on the comments. I'm like, all right, let's see what I go on. They got like 3 new ones in it, so you can check.
In it. Notice the decoration out here for Crimbo and all that, innit? I would love to
frozen again.
It just looks like a
Internet's back.
Yeah. It's proper now. Look at him. He's just.
Oh God! People are gonna complain if we ignore them. Yeah. Oh my gosh! I don't even know where to even start.
Get them out. Any questions?
Yeah, if you got a question, let us know. Ryan, big up Ryan says, if Liverpool don't win the UCL this year, I want PSG to win it. It's time Poch, Neymar and Mbappe get the ratings they deserve. Obviously, they got the final last year.
If they perform, like they didn't perform in the final last year, did they? Neymar and Mbappe. When I watched them, they let Alphonso Davies just ate whoever was on the opposite side. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know who was on the near side. Is it Kimpembe? He was easy for him. Do you know what I mean? not Kimpembe. Not what's he called? The kid.
Thiago.
No, I meant to say the Bayern Munich kid.
Oh,
the
okay,
blonde
okay,
guy.
yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Davies and the other guy, whoever's on the opposite side. It was too easy.
Coleman. Is he on the side?
No, I'm talking about the left back and the right back. So you had Davies.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Off the top of my head. He's quite shreds, a white kid. He's blonde kid. He had Neymar up all game. They got to turn up when you get to a final. You got to turn up. It's as simple as that. Same happened to Spurs. They didn't turn up, did they? So you don't turn up, you don't win. Do you know what I mean? So I do get what Liverpool. I think they've got a tough game against RB Leipzig. I expect them to win.
I think it is. I think
that's a tough game.
One. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough game. What else? Anyone else saying anything?
Yeah. He also said we won the Champions League in 2019 because we were a very good side who were good enough to win it. Yeah, I agree with that. But in 2005 we fluked it like what Chelsea did, and I think that's how City will do it. I think we'll win it when we least expect it. I think this season we're almost expected to win it. That doesn't give me confidence. Like every season at the moment, they're saying we're favourites. Clearly, we're not favourites. Bayern Munich are clear favourites. But they're saying it. It's almost like if we fail, they can say, we thought you were going to win it. And no one thinks,
Who's saying that you should win it this season? I've not heard anything.
The odds, apparently, we're favourites.
Bayern, Liverpool, and City.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think it's only because of Pep.
Yeah, because of the money. Yeah.
But to be honest, though, Pep is a winner, and when he gets to finals, he doesn't pull finals. So I think if City do get to the final, hopefully we'd win it. But I do always say with the Champions League, a lot of teams get to the final and lose before they win. So I think City just needs to get to the final. Whether we win it or not, I'm not too fussed right now. We just need to do what PSG have done, get to a final, and then I think the next time we get to a final, we'll win it. But I think it'll come when it's going to come. I don't think you can predict or put all your eggs in that basket and stuff. Because it all depends on your draw. You know, Bayern Munich get Liverpool knock out Bayern Munich, then Liverpool get knocked out by someone else, and then we're in the final, and who knows, it's 90 minutes. So
was the 2005 one the one when they played Milan? It was
Liverpool.
Yeah. Was it the Milan one?
Yeah.
That went a fluke, man. That game was a hot fire, that game, to me. I think the 2019, they were a good team, but Tottenham were rubbish. That makes sense. The actual game was rubbish. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying about PSG. Yeah. I'm not saying that Munich are not didn't play well, but you didn't see the best PSG team. When they played against United, they turned up. Do you know what I mean? So the final, when you're going up against a team and it's an entertaining final, 2005 to me was a vivid memory than 2019. And I'm not having a dig in any way, shape or form. I just think if City get to a final and they come up against let's just hypothetically say a Lyon, I expect City to beat him because Lyon, I don't think are going to be. And that's not I meant to. No, it's not. But if City come up against a Munich and they push them, it's going to be a big victory, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think with City? Like we've overfought the less difficult games. Like when we play Lyon, we're expected to beat Lyon, so Pep overthinks it, and the players overthink it. Whereas I think if we come up against a Bayern Munich, our team know they have to be 100% to win. Pep knows Bayern Munich very well anyway. Do you know what I mean? He knows a lot of them players inside out. So I think I think when the draw came out, I didn't really care who City get, because if we get a hard team, they're probably going to be more up for it. You know, whereas a team that's a little bit easier on paper, City will overthink it. So I don't know, like our record against Bayern Munich, obviously, we haven't played them in a while. It's not as bad as people think. We've never drew. It's 3 wins, 3 losses. So I'm not saying we beat them, but
it's a good team, though. That's what I'm saying. Like whenever United played in the final of anyone, they played against a good team. like a challenge.
Chelsea,
So you're going to be up for it, innit? Do you know what I mean? So if City played Liverpool in the final, do you know what I mean? I'd expect City to be turned up. Not saying that I expect City to win, because Liverpool would won it more times, so I expect Liverpool to win. But it's like the Tottenham game. That's all I'm saying on that comment there. Any more comments?
I think it would be better for City to be. Sorry.
No, go on.
I think it would have been better for City to be in an era where, you know, how we was like, you know, Man United in Sir Ferguson's era, if they were obviously around at that time, it would have been better for them to come up on that moment, because then City were there, Liverpool, Chelsea, then Man City could come on the radar. But because Man United are not there at the minute, what's it called? Chelsea are riffing, if a buts. Arsenal, obviously, Tottenham, not there. It's all reliant on City and Liverpool. And Liverpool are doing it right now because of the pedigree alone. Yeah. But City don't have that pedigree. Sometimes it doesn't work, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes it might not happen for another 10 years, because sometimes it's just in the history and the DNA. You know what I mean? And the football club's like background, because PSG have never won the title, but why is Poch expected to win it? You know what I mean? Like,
that's exactly what I was kind of touching on. Like, just because City have got Pep doesn't mean it's in the DNA. As a club, you can try and blueprint Barcelona, Bayern Munich. But at the end of the day, it's not in the DNA, because it's a model, but from another club. Do you understand what I mean? Like, and
that's what I'm saying. For me, it's about mentality. And Liverpool have been there, done that. Okay, the players hadn't, but the club have done it. So their fans are saying, look, we've done this before. You know, City, they're not... Some of our players, like we had Danilo that had won it with Real Madrid twice, I think it was. You know, 3 times maybe. And obviously he came to City, but it's like he can't do it on his own. We need sort of the whole team. Like, it's kind of like the Premier League. Like, this is why when we were battling Liverpool in 2018, I was having a lot of arguments with Liverpool fans, because they were going, we're top, we're going to win the league. And I was like, but our players have been there, done that. Your players haven't. And we ended up winning the league over them. And that was a mentality thing. That was our players. Like, we've been there, done that. And they went and won it on that alone. You know, we won 14 games in a row at the end. If our players hadn't won the Premier League, Liverpool would have won it. But
100%. I agree.
And I think in the Champions League, we've got the opposite problem. We haven't been there, done that. So, we're going out to teams that haven't done it either. Like Lyon, I don't think have won it. And Tottenham obviously hadn't. But it's just one of them things where
that was a free game. Wrong.
Do you know what I mean?
That was a free game, though, to me. That when I watched that game, with Spurs. Well, is there any more comments, Jan? I'm not trying to cut.
No, it's fine. Zana said only Alex Ferguson has won the Champions League and League at the same time, so it shows this league is very difficult. Only 2 teams have won since the Premier League started, Liverpool and Chelsea. That's the Champions League.
Yeah. But that's what I've always said, innit? That's the Champions League isn't the Champions League anymore. It's just someone concentrates on something, and then it's thinking only Ferguson's been doing it for years, so he knew what he was going to do, and that's the thing. I think there's an expectation on a lot of managers, not just Pep, on a lot of managers now. Klopp, they're expecting Klopp to win the league and go win the Champions League, but I'm saying that RP likes it. Game's hard, you know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not an easy game. Do you know what I mean? No matter what's in your DNA, that's a tough game.
Yeah. And I think as well, like, I feel like City won't win it until... I don't think they'll win it when they expect to win it. I think they'll win it on an off chance. Like Chelsea were great, doing really well in the Prem, didn't win the Champions League. And then when they were awful in the Prem and looked like they weren't going to win anything, they went and won the Champions League. So I think it could happen like that for City. I'd hope not. I would love for us to win it as champions, like champions of England. I would love to win it in that way. But I don't know.
It don't really matter.
Once we get over that mental hurdle, I think City will win it more than once. I don't think we'll win it once and that'll be it. I think they'll probably, especially if it's under someone like Pep, once they got over that hurdle, I'm not saying they win it back to back, but I think they could win 5 years or something like that. You know, I think that will happen. But we'll see.
I get that.
D'Angelo says, we as Liverpool turn water into wine when it comes to selling our players. I don't know what kind of fraud is going on there, but some of them players, the prices they're going for is crazy.
Like, this depends, on it. Water into wine in what? If you're talking about like if you're talking about they've sold Coutinho to Barcelona for silly money. That was definitely water into wine. But if you're talking about overall selling players, United are the dons at that because they produce their kids and sell them. So you know,
no, I think he means like they get over the odds for what they should get. So they'll sell like a Liverpool player that's not that great for like 30 million, whereas someone like Man City, they'll sell a player who's decent for a lot less, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
like,
City can do that. That's different.
They will be selling him for 100 mil. Like,
yeah, but the difference is City can do that. City are no different in no different position than United because that's what you kind of United do. City can do that, whereas Liverpool need that revenue to go and buy a player. Now they've touched on they've bought Van Dijk for that price. They need to sell a player to you understand what I mean. But if he's talking about getting in players for water, from water into wine, that's a different story because I know Diogo Jota is like 40 million and they're paying 5 million a year or something like that. Apparently, am I right on that? Someone check me on that. That's what they're paying like 5 million a year. They ain't pay the out and out.
That's a fantastic deal if that's the case.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
I think they said they didn't have a lot of money. That's why they lost out to Werner. Because that's apparently the reason why they didn't get him. Because they said they didn't have any money, and then they brought Jota in, so they must have agreed with Wolves to do it bit by bit, and that's how they got him.
100%. That's good business to me. I respect. I don't like Liverpool, but I respect them for that. That's good business. You know what I mean, they've got some licking back.
Their club, recently, their club are really well run because someone asked, which is the best run club in the Premier League. I wouldn't say Liverpool. I think it just means overall, but I think Liverpool, obviously, before Klopp, weren't that well run because obviously they hadn't had a decent manager. Well, they hadn't won a lot. So I'd say before then it was a little. I know they had Alan Eyre or Ian Eyre, whatever he's called.
I know you're talking.
Yeah. I only know who he is because he.
But let's answer that question. What is who do you think is the best run club?
I think City, but that's just because I know more about City. I know how our club is run.
You know what I'm going to put in there? Who I think are a very well run club. Yeah,
Wolves.
Spurs are to me top of that list. Not in terms of like recruitment. If you're talking about turning water into wine, they sell their players at a silly price. And Danny Levy is shrewd, man. I put in terms of shrewdness, I put Spurs up there, man. Do you know what I mean?
In terms of selling players, City aren't great because we're not a selling club. Like our plan. So City have like an end of season review with Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, which is our chairman or whatever. And he comes every year and says what the plan is for the club, what they've done, this, that, and the other. I do like the way City run. I like the fact that when they came in and we got a lot of money, they said, we're going to keep the fans happy. Our season tickets are not very expensive. Like my season ticket is one of the most expensive, and it's £800 a season. A lot of them at Arsenal and Spurs are a lot more than that. You can get a season ticket at City for £300, a season. Do you know what I mean, to watch City? So it's crazy. That's like looking at your Crystal Palaces and clubs like that. Where kind of you can get a season ticket at City for cheaper. Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
Is that because of London's prices, anyways? Inflation, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Is it not?
Yeah, well, I'm saying even the cheapest clubs in the league are like not much cheaper than City's cheapest, if you know what I mean. So, but you can I like that. I like the fact that they include the fans in some things like that. And I just think it is a well-run club. They have a plan. They have a long-term plan as well. And stuff like that. But obviously, I just know a lot about City, so that's why I'm saying there. Spurs obviously done quite well, but I think there was a lot of problems with Daniel Levy. People were saying he wasn't backing the managers financially and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't say them. But in terms of what you're saying, in terms of selling players and stuff, they're one of the best.
And Leicester are up there now because Leicester have got money up there. I think let's put Leicester in there.
It like you said, it depends on what you're talking about. Because to be a well-run club, that should what's the word I'm looking for? That should result in on the pitch performances as well, innit? You know what I'm saying? So that's why Leicester are good out because Leicester overachieved. I think Leicester
in terms of buying and selling players and the way the club's run, they can still attract big players. Like they've got Tillemans, right? And I'm thinking I'd have him on in Didi. They sold Harry Maguire for a good price. They've sold Chilwell out to am I right? Yeah, to Chelsea, but replaced him with a player who's coming. I don't know if they bought someone in or a kid coming through the youth. So I kind of look at it like that in terms of like the setup. Yeah. I even put United in there to a certain extent, not to every, just to a certain extent. I wouldn't say they're near the top. I'm kind of what you're saying, Jan, in this like producing their own. Do you know what I mean? Producing their own, getting rid of, selling them on, giving them a career. You could say that it's pretty well run, if that makes sense. I'm not going to say on anything above that because I don't want to say anything above that. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I think that comes with though? I think big clubs tend to have good academies. Like City invested a lot in the academy, and we're seeing results now. We're getting you Jadon Sancho's, we're getting you Phil Foden. Obviously, Phil Foden's been there a long time, but you know it's one of them. We're getting the players that are coming through. There's another one, Jaden Brow. I don't know how to say his name.
Is he the Dutch kid?
Yeah, he's like another Jadon Sancho. Like he looked really good, but he's not. He wants to leave now because he's not getting minutes. So we are producing good players now. So I think in the future, also what City do is the City group, because obviously there's more than one club. They buy players specifically to sell them on. So that's what they've been doing. So we'll bring in players from like Brazil that are like 16. They don't play for City. The only one that we really wanted to play for City, but he couldn't, was Douglas Luiz, who went to Aston Villa because he couldn't get a work permit. So now we want him back. So I think there's a buyback clause, so I think we will go and get him back, but we couldn't get him a work permit. So there's players like that.
There's definitely, it's difficult to say because you can put Liverpool in there as well.
Yeah,
it's very tough, a tough question. But if I put Leicester out. It actually changed my mind. I put Leicester.
Leicester might be tough, actually. Yeah. Leicester's recruitment is crazy because if you think about Mahrez and Vardy, they were both in lower leagues, and they brought them in and they won the league.
And Kante.
Yeah, Kante as well. Yeah.
They've sold
the only business that they've done is probably, it's not really dodgy because I think he's a good player, but he's not succeeded for them would be Kelechi. Because I think they spent 24 million on him, and he's not really reached his level at Leicester. Even though I do like him, you know, he's a nice guy as well.
Maybe that is his level. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
like maybe because a lot of City fans said to me at the time with Kelechi, like he ain't that good, and I was like, well, he's bagging though, and they were like, no, he's not that good. And I was like, but he's scoring though, and then he went there, and he's like, oh, okay. And when it comes down to competing for your position with a Vardy, you know what he's doing. You know his work rate is going to be out there. Do you know what I mean? So it's an interesting question, but I think it's very difficult. Every fan's going to say that their club, but again, like I said, to flawless, isn't it? Like Everton, Leicester, Leeds, United, City, Tottenham. Everyone's investing in with big. When you get big investors, this is what I'm saying about certain fans who go, oh, this guy's got money. No, when money comes into your club, the whole dynamic changes anyway, because you can invest in your academy, you can do certain things, and you can produce a lot of players. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it kind of rolls out, if that makes sense. Yo, flawless, just a heads up. Ads is sent 2 nice messages.
Yeah, big up. I did see him before. Obviously, I restarted my laptop on that because my Wi-Fi was playing up. But yeah, man, ads, I did catch like them briefly in it. Big up, yo, little bro. I hope you're doing well as well, innit? I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, you'll be able to scroll up. I can't scroll up.
Thank you for the support this year. Since I met you, it's been is appreciation I've received. I truly thank you, brother. Big up the panel as well. Big up.
Ads. Big up.
Further than that because I left.
You already know ads, man, innit? I hope you're feeling better as well, because obviously I know you went well on that. So, man, I need to reach out to you still.
Ryan says, the City board know and plan where they're going to be in 5 years' time. That's a proper run club.
Fair point.
Yeah.
They do. It's that Paul Doom, man. He's so good. I love that guy.
A fair point.
Yeah. Liverpool's the same. Liverpool won't sign anyone that's been. They look at the injury record. I know this, and they've got. I don't know the whole ins and out.
And they hack into City's scouting thing to get.
And it, you know, that's the whole point, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I respect him for that. I mean, any Arsenal questions? That's what I want to know.
There's actually some questions now. I'm just trying to find the questions. Kian says, "Who's better, Prime, Rooney, or Lampard?" These questions, man.
Different positions, man.
And that's not.
Yeah, at least if you're gonna do the prime thing, yeah, at least two players at the same position.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know, you don't automatically say Rooney because of his goal record at United and for England, innit? You're gonna say that, aren't you?
Yeah.
But then Lampard has played for some very big clubs as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he left West Ham, went to Chelsea, then from Chelsea to City, is it, or wherever he went, City, and then he's and look what he's doing now. So prime is very difficult because they're not in the same position. If you'd have said who's better out of Rooney and Kane, then I'll be able to have a bit of do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Keane, if you could get us with another one that's in the same position, then we might be able.
Yo, big up everyone who is locked in as well in it, because like I said, we didn't get to all the comments before, but yeah, man, we'll salute to everyone supporting it. Appreciate it.
W1 says, "Is Neymar the next best player in the world after Messi and Ronaldo?"
No, not for me. No, not for
Do you
me.
know what I think it is? He has. I don't watch him religiously or anything like that. I know obviously he has the potential to be up there, but I don't think he's consistent enough. From what I've seen, I know at Barcelona he was doing a madness with Messi, and then he left Barcelona. PSG, obviously, he's scoring a lot of goals, but he is with Mbappe, and in their league, it's quite easy to stand out. I'm not saying he's not a good player.
You calling that Farmers League? You calling that Farmers League basically? Isn't it?
You know what? Yeah,
it's all with chess, man.
To be fair to him, he got to a Champions League final, so I can't really fault him. But then in the final,
this is it.
He didn't do enough for me.
That's what I was saying earlier on.
To write his name on the record books, and he didn't do it. So we'll see. But a little bit.
I agree with you, and I think Neymar is there's potential there, but he's got to bring a Champions League. Just like any other manager, this is what I'm saying. You don't see Neymar getting sacked for not. They've paid a lot of money for him, and they're not sacking him. They can't anyway. You get what I'm saying, innit? But until he brings in the Champions League, there's going to be questions about Ronnie and Messi bring the Champions League to their clubs. That's what they do.
That's it. Not only are they talented, Ronaldo and Messi, when it comes to big moments, especially Ronaldo, their man deliver. You know what I'm saying? Highlight reels is all well and good. Like I've said, Neymar as a talent is ridiculous. His highlight reel is incredible. If you just watch 2-minute clips of Neymar from any season, you will be wowed. His highlight reel is probably better than Messi's and Ronaldo's. It's ridiculous, all the flicks and tricks and all that. But what did your team win in clutch moments? I don't even think he's the best player at PSG. I think Mbappe is better than him.
Yeah,
I take Mbappe over him. I legit believe Mbappe's over him.
Mbappe up there before him. I agree. I actually think Mbappe will win the Champions League.
When Mbappe retires, he can have the craziest trophy list because he's won the World Cup early.
Yes.
Most people, they wait for the World Cup. He's won it early. So if he wins 2 Champions Leagues now, he's laughing.
That's it. Laughing. And that's what it is at PSG. I don't even look at Neymar as the main man. I look at Mbappe as the main man. Like you weren't the main guy at Barcelona. You won stuff. You weren't the main guy either. And you're being outshone by a 20-year-old, even though he's an incredible generational talent. Like that's how I look at it. It's like win something. You have to be there in clutch moments for me. That's when you deliver.
You mean win the Champions League?
That's why I like Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying?
Win the Champions League. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes.
I think if Lukaku was in the middle of that team, they would win the Champions League.
No, I think you're wilding with that still.
I think if it's in the middle with them two, I think they win the Champions League. I do.
I think Lukaku. Nah, I don't think so.
He's top 5 in the world according to him.
According to who?
Him. Lukaku.
Oh, he's top 5 in the world to himself. Yeah.
He says he's top 5.
You know what? I'm not saying he's not a thing. I'm just saying is when I looked at Moise Keane in terms of it's just a poacher in the box. He'll get them the goals that I think that they're missing, if that makes sense. But then I think Harry Kane would do that as well.
You know who they need who'd be perfect for them? Giroud. Perfect.
Like Olivier a Cavani thing.
Yes, Olivier Giroud, because he's a great target, man. You get me? Everything would just stick, and he's technically good enough to link up with them, man, as well. Lukaku would struggle technically trying to play 1-2s with Lukaku. That's not his game. You know what I'm saying? That's not his game.
In for him. I'm not talking about the 1-2s, though. I'm just putting it in front of him, blast it in the goal.
Let's do it. Go on, Yancy. What are you saying?
I gotta go.
All right, peace.
All right, cool. All right.
I'll see you soon.
Look at that, yo.
That enjoyment. Who you seeing soon? This is what I want to know before you go.
Hey, I'm going home, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you got to see your family, innit? Ah, right. All right, I'll catch up with you over the Christmas period.
I'll be
anyway.
Tomorrow, so you'll see me tomorrow, drunk.
Excellent. Yeah.
I'm rum.
Don't know, gin, maybe.
Drunk Yancy is the best in that. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't seen me drunk.
I've spoke to you drunk, though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into that on here, but I spoke to you drunk. Yes.
No, try that gin thing.
You was wave sipping wine. This was like 3 weeks ago. You was wave sipping wine or something.
That was like borderline tipsy.
No,
you'll know I'll just sit here like.
Well, what I was gonna say is you was much more outlandish than you normally are, and you're very outlandish anyway. You were saying a whole lot. You were saying bear and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow anyway.
All right.
Good Christmas. Good Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, the show's going on without you, you know.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just letting you know, innit? This is
continuing. If anyone's tuned in to see me, innit? Is what it is. You can see
the video. You come out here, you know. Yeah.
Look at the ego in that. Nah, big up Yancy. That's people's right there. Big up,
Go on, the next questions. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, we'll get to some before we actually close out. I'm serious. I'm just scrolling down. Like, if we missed your question, we apologize. But like you said, now we've monetized. If you want your question to go to the top, super chats, innit? If you want your question to go to the top. Screenshot, he is so happy. Yeah, I am very happy just in general. Was we talking about Arsenal when I froze? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I'm happy about something, innit? All right, let's get into that then, innit? Let's get into that, yo. Are Arsenal legitimately, and I can't say that word again, in a relegation battle?
Yeah.
What are we saying?
Yeah, of course. Listen, don't think they're not. Do you know what I mean? I know you just want to be laughing, yo. You know what I mean? This guy just want to be laughing, yo. He's funny, man. Of course, they're on 14 points. Yeah.
Wait. They're on 14 points from 14 games, and it's December the 24th. Just pointing out.
Yeah, exactly. So we're on 14 points.
Yeah,
they're not going to get rid of Arteta anytime soon.
You mean the Tapas Pulis? Yeah, me.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. And as far as I'm concerned, if the players the players need to take some responsibility, don't grow some gonads. They're going.
Okay, so let's go into that. Then. If you look at that team, even with Ozil not in it, there's no way they should be 15th in the table. They're not the 15th best team in the league. So who does that fall on? Does that fall on the players or more? Actually, who does it fall more on to you? Does it fall more on the players or more on the manager?
Going off watching the games, yeah, I'm going to blame players because at the end of the day, Xhaka gets himself sent off. Pepe gets himself sent off. He's not even performing. Xhaka should know better when he's doing certain things. Aubameyang and I'm going to more blame Lacazette missing chances that he should be putting in. Mm-hmm. He's got these young youths around him. Do you know what I mean? These guys have got the younger guys like Saka and certain other Willie Wilcock. Is it Wilcock or Willicock? Willock, that's it. Maitland-Niles. Do you know what I mean? I don't know Maitland-Niles has been in the team, but at the end of the day, when the man them are passing you the ball, you put the ball in the back of the net. I said this about Man United, the same thing. Got to be clinical, can't be missing. So I blame the players because you're supposed to be the leaders, and people can say, "Oh, they ain't got no leaders." They've got men that have been there for years. There are leaders on that pitch, so they've got to dust themselves down. They've been beat, and now over this Christmas period, they need to collect some points to get themselves out of that relegation zone. You can't blame Arteta. He's told you to go and do the job on the pitch.
Okay, so if you was an Arsenal fan, would you? Sorry, if you was an Arsenal fan, would you be Arteta out currently?
I'm not an Arsenal fan, so it's hard for me to say.
All right, hypothetically. Okay, you're a United fan. Are you Arteta in currently right now?
I don't see why you should get rid of him, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I'm just asking to gauge it. That's all it is.
I'm not saying his football's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But from what I'm saying, you can
let me flip it. Let me flip it. If it's United in this position, would you want the manager gone?
Yeah, manager would be gone, mate.
Nah, he would be. But I'm saying, would you agree with that? If United were currently in Arsenal's predicament right now, this season, yeah, it's the same thing. So Arteta's managing Manchester United. He's come in, won the FA Cup the season before, blah blah blah, whatever. Finished 8th, and then this season has happened. Would you want him gone?
Yeah, but because I wouldn't probably want him in if you get that flawless.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking.
But they wanted him in, so I'm going off the point that they wanted him in. They're saying that they can see a structure of football, tactics, whatever you want to call it. And then next thing you know, the players are just like, yo, let me just smoke this cigar.
Trust the process. I just want to say I'm Arteta in for life. Give man a lifetime contract. I'm with that. Man, it's great to see Arsenal, you get me, struggling. But that being said, they should be doing better than what they are. They are literally 4 points above the relegation zone at Christmas. And if you look at their fixtures, they could be in for it. You know what I'm saying? Because they got Chelsea on Boxing Day. You get me, which is tough. You got Chelsea on Boxing Day. Then the 29th, they got a big game. Relegation 6-pointer away to Brighton, a team they haven't beaten since they've been in the Premier League. And then after that, the 2nd of January, another big relegation 6-pointer. They got West Brom away to West Brom. So they go away to West Brom, they go away to Brighton, and they're at home to Chelsea. Could you potentially see them getting 0 points from 9 out of those? I could.
Definitely two games that they could get 0 points out of. Brighton and Chelsea.
Okay, so you see West Brom as the one that will
should be getting 3 points, no problem. With the team that they've got, they should beat them, no problem, in my opinion. I don't care if they give City a hard game. I don't care if they give United a hard game. They should beat them, no problem, in my opinion. So I'm saying the players are not. Turning up. Pep's not turned up. I can tell that for 100%.
You mean Pepe?
Pepe, sorry. Pepe's not turned up. Lacazette keeps missing. Do you know what I mean? When I see them come off the pitch, right? And this, we as United fan, I don't see no heads down. I just see pure grinning teeth. So to me, as far as I'm concerned, Arteta's vexed. Do you know what I mean? Because he's trying to salvage some because he's the one that's talking about the stats, which are not my thing, but the new managers do. Do you know what I mean?
No, here's the thing with that. If managers want to talk about stats, cool. But did you understand what Arteta was talking about? I had no idea what he was going on about. I had no clue.
But flawless, I said this though. I'm not one of that. I'm not in that generation of stats. Whereas Statman Baines, he knows what he probably knows what he's talking about.
Here's the thing. No, I asked Statman Baines. Statman Baines said he has no idea what he's going on about.
But then there must be another level of stat. You get me?
Yeah. Let me get his comments up because made like I'm pretty clued up on stats and like can understand stuff. I have no idea what Arteta was.
I didn't know what he was on about. I thought I don't mess with stats. Full stop. You know what I mean? It's kind of an American thing. I'm not against it though. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. It's like even when I did throw some stats to you yesterday in the game, innit? And I was like,
Someone Talksport said rambling Mikel Arteta is using stats like a drunken man uses a lamppost. Rah.
Christmas is coming nice, yo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was baffled. And the thing is, I spoke to Arsenal fans about it, and I'm like, do you understand what he's talking about? And they're like, no. It's like, it seemed like, remember Rafa's fact rant? It was kind of in that realm, innit? Where it's like, yo, the pressure's getting on top. Sometimes the microphone's got to be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone needs a microphone and a platform to talk.
So what drawn him to come out with the stats?
I have no idea.
I just see the stat when he was just chatting. I was like, well, who asked him the question, man? Come better with the questions, man. Because listen, I'm not a trained media person. You get where I'm coming from. I'm not trained, and you're asking stupid questions. Like it's like when I asked Jose, so why did you lose the game? That's a stupid question, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's a dumb question.
That is. Them man are there. You see what they do, like reporters and that. They're very smart. I would do the same shit. I've done the same shit on here. You ask loaded questions to see if people fall into the trap. Of course, man, innit? You see, especially when they're under pressure. I would ask all them types of questions. Remember when they drew against someone and him and the guy was going back and forth, and he asked Klopp, do you think it was a penalty? And Klopp said to him, do you think it was a penalty? And he was like, no, I'm asking you. And Klopp was like, well, I'm asking you. And then the reporter went, well, I think it was a penalty. And he was like, well, I have no interest in talking to you then because you have no idea what you're talking about.
So this is what I'm trying to say. So I don't understand it. I don't know. But all I'm saying is I don't think So I don't think any of them players are playing with any will or intent, man. I just see them just, we're in a relegation battle. Of course, you're in a relegation battle. You're missing. You should be scoring. You should be winning the game. You're booking, man, and all that.
Here's the thing, though. If you look at their fixtures, all jokes aside, because I reckon there is 3 teams worse than them, so I don't believe they will be relegated. But if they fail, I think West Brom are worse than them. I think Fulham are worse than them, and I think Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham, Burnley.
Listen,
who you reckon better than them? Go on, tell me. Sell this to me. I want to be sold on this.
So listen to this. Yeah, there's a difference. You see Sheffield United.
Yeah.
See when they played Brighton and they were down to 10 men, they were fighting to the bitter end.
I get what you're saying.
I put them in the relegation. I know points wise that Arsenal are above them.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, they're fighting Sheffield. They don't want to go down.
They don't want to go down. Here's the difference, though. I'm cutting you off. I don't think it's a lack of fight or effort from the Sheffield United players. I just think it's a lack of talent. Whereas Arsenal, I don't think it's a lack of talent. You get what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm trying to say. But that's what I'm saying. When you win a war and you have to dig in the trenches and there ain't no food and all your man them are dropping, I mean, one leg's over here and all that lot. Man are sharing out the shells. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. You understand what I'm saying? Here's a grenade. Here's a grenade, bro. Do you know what I mean?
All jokes aside, because I'm trying to be convinced. I don't think they'll beat Chelsea. I think Chelsea will beat them. Yeah, but if they don't beat Brighton and West Brom, obviously they'll gain. I'm having a look here.
If they win the other teams,
because Brighton are only 2 points behind them, and West Brom are currently 7 behind them. So Brighton will close the gap on them.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at the rest of their games, and Arsenal's running's not easy. Like Lauren, who's on here often as an Arsenal fan, she said this from early, like before they was in like all the jokes and banter and like are they legitimately in a relegation battle? Before all these questions were asked, she was saying they're in a relegation battle. She was saying the only reason I'm saying that Arsenal won't get relegated is because they're Arsenal. She was literally legit saying this because if you look at their fixtures after Chelsea, Brighton, and West Brom, they got Crystal Palace at home. We know how Crystal Palace travel away from home well. Then they're away to Newcastle. You reckon they'll win?
They should beat Palace.
Okay, so Palace. Then they're at home to Newcastle, which you never know with Newcastle. Then they're away to Southampton. Then you've got us at the end of January. One sec. Then they got Wolves away. Then they got Villa away. Then Leeds at home. City away. Leicester away. Burnley away. Spurs at home, West Ham at home, and then Liverpool at home also. And then they got Sheffield United after that. And that takes us all the way into April. And that's sandwiched in between Europa League games as well. They're in trouble, you know.
And the FA Cup and all that.
Yeah. They're in trouble, fam. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, I don't expect them to get relegated, but they are in the relegation battle. They've got good enough players to get out of the relegation. But I'm saying, where's the fight in the players? Can you, Flawless, tell me in what game have you seen them fight? I've not seen them fight. The last game I seen them play, and we was rubbish, was United. After that, I've not seen them do anything. Man, I want to book man in the face and all that. Man, what slide man, chop man in tackles. Like you're winning the game. Do you get me? That doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing with that: they haven't won since they beat us.
Right, but all the gas talk. United rubbish. United rubbish.
Yeah, but this is great to see. When people say, would you take a loss for the greater good? If someone would have told me on November 1st, because I was annoyed about that defeat, right, you're going to lose to Arsenal on December 1st, but come December the 24th, almost December the 25th, Arsenal wouldn't have won the game and will be 15th in the Premier League and 4 points above the relegation zone. I would have took that. You know what I'm saying? You know how much joy this gives me, Christmas joy. And they're going to get beat on Boxing Day. And I'm going to do a watch along for it as well. Always fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's great to see Arsenal.
There's a possibility, when the game not played yet, when they're not beaten yet, are they? But
you know what? Here's the plus for it. If they beat Chelsea, that helps us out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. It's like
it's a win all round. I'm for it.
Yeah, and we've got to win. And we've got to win. But I just look at him. To me, if you ask him, I'm not blaming. Arteta needs to be his number 2 because I'm looking at the players like.
Yo, this is wonderful. It's just great to see Arsenal in the mud. I love it with a passion.
Remember when we were 14?
Yo,
seriously? 14 from the start of the league.
Yeah. This is why I have memes and videos ready to go for when they lose to Chelsea. I've got shit in the clip ready. Anyone who's watching this now, DM me all Arsenal memes, funny videos, stats, the whole nine. And obviously, you're not on Twitter, innit? After they lost, who did they lose to? Was it City? After they lost to City, I put up a video. It was like a mocking video of DT, one of troops and that. Yo, them things on my Twitter one did 5K, one did 7K.
Wow.
7K. Bear in mind,
lie.
I did the one on Facebook when they lost to what was the game? We're fucking 15th. 15th.
Burnley, not
Burnley.
Burnley.
Yo, I posted that on my Facebook. That shit.
Or was it Everton?
They've taken so many L's, who knows? That shit did 10K. 10K and that.
Yo, but this is what I'm saying. This is where you get the fans saying, "Oh, this man's got this money and all this business." Yo, Arsenal have got money. Don't talk about they haven't backed the manager and all that. We've got £75 million player there who's doing nothing. What's he doing? He's doing nothing. So I don't want to hear no nonsense about Arteta's this, that, and the other. The bottom line is you've got man out there you pay big money for. The only person that has done well for them, and I feel sorry for him, and he probably went there because it's a London thing. That's what attracts people to. It's a London thing. Is Gabriel, but other than that, whoever else you sign, the whack.
Here's the thing you have to remember as well. Here's what we have to remember. Their forward line's expensive. Pepe was 75 million. How much was Lacazette? Like 50 million?
50
How much
million.
was Aubameyang? Was he not like 50 as well?
50 million.
So you're talking best part of 100 and odd million. Yeah, man. Big up Prime who says everyone fellow flawless.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say, flawless. Where's the fight in the man then? Where's the fight? Don't be talking about Arteta and them. Oh, he's not good enough. Look at your play. The fans should be going. You know, when they're all up on there, like Obama, and Lacazette's on there going, Lacazette, this, that, Zet, and all that, like, you know, getting gas. Lacazette, put it in the net.
Obama who? Obama what? Obama where? Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to know. Obama where? Here's the thing, Here's the thing with the Arsenal fans. What's great about it is that they're also broken as well. The fans are broken. Like them fans, like trust me, Arsenal fans they are Ian Beale settings. They've got nothing left. I'm telling you, innit?
Ian Beale, Cindy. Yo, man, you call it out. Cindy. Yeah,
that's them. They have nothing left, and I'm gonna continue to jump on this grave, innit? Continue to jump on this grave.
Listen, it's like, right? They've signed Willian.
Yeah,
they've got Willian and David Luiz, and I'm not saying that they're not professional footballers, but when they signed Willian, I was like,
do you know that in his past 11 games, Willian has one shot on target for Arsenal? Yo,
but why would you sign a man? Do you know what I mean? You got all these youths in the academy. You might as well play with the academy players. Why are you signing Willian?
You know why I'm Willian? Yo, big bro, man. Trust the process, man. That's what it is. You gotta trust the process.
Listen, if I'm this is where I look at Arteta and I'm looking at the board and I'm looking at the directors, Edu, innit? Talking to Edu and I'm telling him, Edu, I don't want. I know he's your brethren. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want Willian. I want this guy or that guy, and then obviously they signed Partey and. Partey when he walked off in the middle of the game in the Spurs game, I thought, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
Let's get into that. How them man was all dancing outside the stadium. You get what I'm saying? Them man dancing brought the nail back. Oh, party hard. Or party hard. Had Robbie outside. You get me outside the stadium doing the stiff stank and all them things and that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't blame Robbie with the stiff stank. Go on.
He was going for it. You get what I'm saying? And just to let everyone know, they've won one match since that happened. But you know, it is what it is. Who's keeping count? But right, I think that brings the show to a close. Anyway, it's always good Arsenal slander. They get slandered every show. If they get relegated, Lord have mercy, I'm a party on it. If they get relegated, literally.
At the mercy, aye.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, blame the player. Don't blame the players. Don't blame the manager.
I'm telling blame everybody in it. Blame Arsenal as a whole motherfucking crew.
They won't get relegated, but blame the players, yo. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's great, man. It's great.
I just want to say to everybody, I know we're gonna bounce. Yeah, just if anyone that's celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, and anyone that isn't celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas anyway, Dread man. It's about being uplifted. And anyone that's on their own, make sure you're checking in on him and all that, yo.
That Jello said that man gonna make a music video when they're in the playoffs next year.
Jeez, Angelo.
That doesn't even think they're gonna finish in the top 2 in the championship. Oh, I can't wait for it. Away days in Wickham and that at home to Bradford.
But imagine, I'm sorry, I have to say this. Imagine they got relegated, but they won the Europa League and they're playing Champions League from the EFL.
That would, you know what? That would be typical Arsenal. You know, that's what.
Imagine that madness there, and they played from the EFL. I'd love to see that. I'm not trying to hate there. I just want to see if they could do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Prime says, Flawless, can I hop on the Arsenal slander too? Oh, yeah, Arsenal will get relegated. You know what? All jokes aside or banter aside, when you look at their fixture list, if they don't beat West Brom or Brighton.
Brighton, Chelsea, Brighton, and West Brom.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, in regards to those two games, if they don't win one of those two games, they are in trouble. Because then the pressure is really on. Like, if it comes towards the end of January, because obviously we played them the end of January. If it comes to January, February, and you're still 4 or 5 points above the relegation zone, bear in mind as well, West Brom just got Big Sam, so I think they'll stay up. But that being said, I still think they're better than Brighton, Sheffield United, and Burnley. But Burnley are equipped. JV made this point. A lot of the players and the teams around there are equipped for that. But one thing Arsenal do have with Aubameyang is goals. They have 100%. Goals with Martinelli, with Lacazette and Pepe. They have enough individuals quality to get out of it. All it takes is Aubameyang.
Yeah, when the players will turn up, bro.
Yes, I'm saying. Aubameyang scores like 8 goals in 6. Yeah. But I'm praying they get. If there is a God in this universe, Arsenal will get relegated in 2021, and that's when I will know. Yeah, that. The universe.
They're not gonna get relegated, they won't get relegated, bro. They're in the relegation, but they won't get relegated.
I just hope they will get relegated. Big up Manny as well. Make sure you subscribe to Fake Football TV and that. We're gonna have, like I said, with the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. We'll be doing a Christmas Day special of these tomorrow, probably a late one. Don't know what time, and also one on Boxing Day as well. Yeah, man, Manny. Obviously, you can jump on if you're about. I presume everyone will be about Christmas Day, so. Whether Christmas Day, what time, and then obviously Manny, you'll see him on the Boxing Day when we play Boxing Day. Leicester watch along. Yeah. And then we'll be doing obviously Chelsea versus relegation threatened Arsenal as well. We'll be doing that watch along as well. So
what time's their game on? What time's their game?
R5 kick.
Was that the last game? Is that the last game on Boxing Day?
I think it's the last game. Yes, I think so.
Right. Is everybody playing on Boxing Day? I just want to be clear here.
Yeah, one second. Yeah. I'll check now. Make sure you hit the like button on the video as well and subscribe. Because we're going to continue to bring you content. You know what I'm saying? Big up everybody who is supporting. We appreciate it. I'm going to check now the fixture list and find out. But I presume everyone would be playing on Boxing Day. Normally, it is a full day.
Yeah, full day.
I'm checking now. Yeah, so you got Leicester and United 12:30. Fulham, Southampton 3:00. Villa, Crystal Palace also 3:00. Arsenal, Chelsea 5:30. And then you got City and Newcastle 8:00. And Sheffield United, Everton also at 8:00. So it's not everyone. And then the 27th, you got Leeds, Burnley, West Ham, Brighton, Liverpool, West Brom, and Wolves, Spurs. So interesting fixtures there, innit? Arsenal's relegation rivals there, innit? Obviously playing Fulham at home to Southampton. You got Sheffield United playing to Everton, and Brighton playing to away to West Ham. You know what I'm saying? So all their relegation rivals playing at the same time. Yeah, man.
Who's gonna connect, man? You see Santa empty his sack, yo. Do you know what I mean?
It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Like I say, Arsenal are the gift. They are the ultimate Christmas present because they are the gift that keeps on giving. You know what I'm saying? They are the gift that keeps on giving. Like I said, I've got videos, big bro, of waiting in the wings for when they lose.
I know what y'all like, yo. Yeah, I mean,
you know why I go so ham on Arsenal fans? Because I know a lot of Arsenal fans, and when they beat us, my DMs were flooded. When they beat us, my DMs, the Twitter ass was flooded in it. Now they've all gone quiet. Charles, you know what I'm saying? Charles was all up in my DMs and that. Now man's gone quiet. Big up Charles. Now man can't hear from him. You know what I'm saying? I think he unfollowed me and that. Man can't hear from him. I'm like, yo, where's Charles and that? You know what I'm saying?
I think he's supposed to have fight in it. Look at the United model. Some fans are who are ollieing and there's some fans that are ollie out. But when they was near the bottom, they dug in, yo. And then
that's why that clip of Troops is lurking around of him saying, "You man, wake up every weekend praying Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham lose." You get me? You man are 15th, 6th. That's why that's doing the round. He was talking about us. So that's why that video is doing the rounds and that. So that's why, you know how many times I've seen 3 or 4 remixes of that video. I've got a couple. You know what I'm saying? But it's bare remixes of it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
what? I'm trying not to laugh, man. I just
No,
hears me
Boss are laughing
fiddling.
it.
Here's me fiddling, trying not to laugh, just trying not to burst out. Yes,
Yo, best start laughing. It's kind of
best
Arsenal, man.
Angelo.
But yeah,
Yo.
big up D'Angelo, big up Manny as well. Make sure you subscribe to Fake Football TV. Shout out Prime as well, because he out here doing his thing. Everyone you see around us is doing their thing. Salute to Saeed for jumping on. Big up Yan City and that, showing all 38 teeth while she was on the stream and that. But yeah, I'm saying, make sure you follow AV8 at the, what's it called, on his Instagram, AV8 Spin.
Spin, yeah, AV8 Spin.
AV8 Spin. We're gonna try and get him on Twitter at some point. But yeah, make sure you follow me across all platforms. And that's me, Flawless, on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Also, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be on Mr. Aaron United. He's doing a 12:30, I think, the European football show or something. So I will be on there. And the Q&A will be back tomorrow on Christmas Day. So yeah, big up everyone supporting. Make sure you enjoy your Christmas as well.
Yo, peace, people. Peace.